You know, what is really wrong with an American character and an Oriental gentleman? Many crowds would say, mahiyain, that the Filipinos and the Orientals are fundamentally shy. They bow at the slightest good statement, even if already introduced. They whisper, they do not shout. And they say that we are a shy, mahiyain tribe. Most of the Asians are characterized but that kind of. While the Americans are a little bit loud, sometimes rowdy, and they have this volume of their voice and their larynx not well adjusted to civility. Yeah, Mr. President, Mr. Mayor, what's wrong here? Everything all right? We do not do that. We say, Mr. Vice Premier, how are you? And everything good here? So the one thing that really matters is to say, we are a shy race, tribe. And they are the more forward, commanding voice, befitting obedience. You know, I have Chinese blood, I have Moro blood, I have Visayan blood. I've studied the nuances of our characters. I have come to the conclusion that we are Orientals, a very courteous race. The problem is, when you talk to the Westerners, Americans and all, they are a very discourteous people. And talking of business, I would rather that we keep this meeting with ourselves. And if you have the capital, and there's a Filipino-Chinese guy who is also rich, and if you see an American approaching you, please shut up. Do not include him in the talks, because you will just spoil everything. I have yet to hear, at least in our experience, Filipino-Chinese partnering with American businessmen. And if you do that, that is the shortest way of losing your money. But, you know, I have yet to hear Americans going to my office for the 23 years that I've been mayor, expressing good intentions and about going to business that would help the food and everything. They go there not really for the basics, importation of fruits and everything, just what China is doing. But they go for the mining and all of these things that are really very detrimental to your country. And that is why I am leaving Gina Lopez on her own, because there are really mining owned by the Americans or in consortium with Americans and Filipinos who are wreaking havoc on our planet Earth. And so that is what I mean. When this Chinese guy goes for the small things, the Americans would come in very strong and discourteous. And I have seen that. I've never really liked them, not because they are not doing it well in my country, but long before, I already had that experience of an American idiotic arrogance. You know, I was going to Brazil with some of the congressmen. And when we came back, because our entry, port of entry was LA, going there was Miami, you know, when I was cleared by customs, I was going out at the LA LAX airport. Here comes this black guy in uniform, also black, with the pistol, also black, and his shoes was black. And I thought that he was somebody. No slur intended. That is his original color. And he accosted me and said, may I see your passport? So we gave him. It was a diplomatic passport because we were traveling. Most of the congressmen in my entourage were traveling with passports, diplomatic. And he said, where is your letter of authority to travel? And so that was the first time that I said it was missing. And I said, well, probably because that letter was addressed to the port of entry in South America, which was Brazil. And it was not clipped. And so probably it was not reinserted in the passport. And they didn't take notice of it. You know, this guy brought me to a room to interrogate me. I said, I'm a congressman of my place, so what do you want to know? And, well, all sorts of things. So I said, if you detain me any further, and if there's a plane available going back to the Philippines now, I'd be happy to ride and go home. That was the last time I went to America. Maybe sometime soon, the Americans come to my country for business and all, including pedophilia. And they come to my country, sans a visa. They do not need it. They go there as if they own the place, maybe thinking that it was their colony until now. And Filipinos who go to America and who have the money, they are not just only berated in the visa control, the consular office, at the DOE, they are humiliated. And so maybe as an American here, if you're planning to go to my country, you get a visa from where you come from. Maybe. It's about time. If you think they're liberal with the Filipinos, it's because they have the brains, and you get most of the best and the brightest of the Filipinos for your country. Good at in the movies and all, so they're all Indians and they're all Pakistani. They're all Asians. But you could hardly see an American that is really bright enough to cure even himself. Ganito yan. America does not control the economy now.